Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shdows Secrit, where we travel deep into the forgotten corners of the world, uncovering stories that chill the bones and make even the bravest hearts tremble. Tonight, we explore 16 real haunted streets in the United Kingdom, roads so cursed and drenched in restless history that even the locals refuse to pass through them after dark. Each road tells a story of death, sorrow, and wandering souls that never found peace. And as you listen, remember, some places don't just exist in this world, but in the thin, unseen layer between the living and the dead. Our first stop is A6 the Devil's Highway, cutting through Bolton and Blackburn. Drivers who dare to take this road after midnight report seeing pale figures standing by the roadside, their faces hollow and their eyes gleaming red in the headlights. Cars lose power, engines stall, and phones die as if drained by an invisible force. Many claim that if you drive alone, you'll see someone sitting in your back seat, but when you look again, the seat is empty. Next is Stocksbridge Bypass near Sheffield, a modern road built over ancient ground. Before its construction, workers reported seeing ghostly children dancing under the bridge, vanishing when approached. Security guards spoke of hooded monks watching from the hills. Even now, drivers witness spectral forms appearing suddenly in their path, forcing them to swerve, crash, or flee in terror. Bluebell Hill in Kent carries the legend of a phantom bride who died in a car accident on her wedding night. Countless motorists have stopped for a crying woman in a white dress who asks for a ride, only to vanish before they reach the next turn. Some say she leaves a cold mist behind, others swear they still hear her wedding bells echoing through the fog. In Pluckley, Kent, the so-called most haunted village in England, the Screaming Woods Road runs through Daring Woods, where dozens were murdered centuries ago. People walking there hear voices whispering their names and blood-curdling screams coming from nowhere. The air grows thick, and shadows twist around trees that seem to watch you. No one walks it twice. Up north, the A75 Kinmont Strait in Scotland is a terror for travelers, a road that has taken lives and shattered minds. Truckers describe seeing ghostly figures, phantom animals, and couples arguing in the middle of the road. When they stop to help, the figures vanish, leaving only silence and a lingering stench of decay. Some drivers lose hours of time, awakening miles away, with no memory of what happened. Highgate Hill in London connects to the haunted Highgate Cemetery, where shadows glide over graves and a vampire-like entity with burning red eyes has been seen for decades. Travelers on the hill report a heavy presence behind them and sometimes feel a freezing breath on their necks, though no one is there. Moving to Cuckoo Lane in Honham, people speak of a flaming horse-drawn coach racing down the road, the sound of hooves echoing through the night, followed by the laughter of unseen children. Locals claim it cursed by the restless spirit of a coachman who burned alive after his carriage overturned centuries ago. M6 motorway, stretching across haunted Roman burial grounds, is known for spectral soldiers walking across lanes in full armor, their shields glinting in headlights before fading into mist. Drivers often see a man standing in the center lane, staring blankly until the car passes through him. The A616 near Stocksbridge connects to tales of children who died in a nearby orphanage. People still hear their laughter carried on the wind and tiny handprints appearing on fogged car windows. Then there's Dead Man's Lane in Saffron Walden, a name that speaks for itself. Locals say figures crawl from the earth when the moon is full, the spirits of soldiers hastily buried after the English Civil War. Visitors hear shovels striking soil, though the ground remains untouched. In London's Cock Lane, home of the infamous Scratching Fanny haunting of the 18th century, ghostly scratching sounds echo through the brick walls and the smell of candle wax fills the air. Witnesses claim to feel hands grabbing their clothes, and those who mock the haunting often fall mysteriously ill days later. Ladbroke Grove hides another phantom, a Victorian lady who walks straight into oncoming traffic and never gets hit. Witnesses say she's connected to the victims of a tragic 1860s train crash nearby. Her pale face and glassy eyes have terrified drivers for decades. Cemetery Road in Bradford lives up to its name. A headless soldier from World War I is said to march endlessly at midnight, clutching a ghostly rifle. People have heard the click of his boots behind them, but when they turn, there's only mist. Annesley Road in Nottinghamshire is haunted by Lady Clara Colton, betrayed by her lover and doomed to wander forever in her wedding gown. Travelers see her glowing white figure drifting near the trees, her face twisted in grief, her sobs freezing the air around them. Hampton Court Road near the ancient palace is home to royal specters. Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, and Catherine Howard have all been seen roaming the roadside, their faces full of sorrow, their gowns fluttering as if in windless air. Drivers sometimes hear faint Tudor music as the air grows cold and heavy. Further north, the Devil's Elbow in Stirling curves sharply through the Scottish hills. This stretch of road is notorious for fatal accidents. Victims often claimed they saw a ghostly vehicle coming straight toward them before they swerved. Locals believe it's a phantom car repeating its final deadly crash. Blaredam Forest Road lies cloaked in mist, haunted by miners who perished in underground explosions centuries ago. Their lanterns still flicker among the trees, and their whispers echo like wind through broken shafts. Roneham's Lane near Southampton is another cursed route. Travelers hear soft tapping on their windows and a faint girlish voice whispering, "Help me." Those who stop claim their cars are later found with childlike handprints smeared across the dust. The sinister Canewdon Road in Essex is linked to witchcraft. Locals say if you call a witch's name at midnight, cold winds rise from nowhere and whispers circle your car. The church nearby has been struck by lightning multiple times, always on October nights. Sutton Scarsdale Lane in Derbyshire hides the ghost of a monk who kneels by the roadside surrounded by blue fire, praying for forgiveness. If you stop to watch, the flames flicker toward you, and when they vanish, the monk is gone too. Pease Lane in Northumberland carries the spectral figure of a Roman horseman, galloping beside cars before fading into thin air, his armor clanging softly in the wind. In Nuns Lane, York, the shadow of a nun walks beside travelers, bricked alive centuries ago for breaking her vows. Her ghost drifts along the walls, her empty eyes glowing faintly as she follows anyone who dares to look back. Churchill Road in Brixham, Devon, hides a crying child who knocks on doors during storms. When people open them, no one is there. Only tiny, wet footprints leading away and vanishing into nothing. Finally, B3306 Road in Cornwall, breathtaking by day, becomes a nightmare by night. Sailors lost to the sea walk the cliffs, their lanterns swinging in the mist. Drivers see their shadows through the fog, hear the crash of phantom waves, and feel cold hands brush against their windows. Some even report following ghostly lights off the road, almost tumbling into the dark sea below. Every one of these roads has a history written in tragedy, loss, and the restless spirits of the forgotten. Some carry echoes of ancient curses, others replay moments of death over and over again, forever trapped between time and shadow. So if you ever find yourself on one of these roads at night, and your radio crackles, your headlights dim, or you feel a presence beside you in the dark, don't look. Just keep driving, and hope that the thing watching you stays where it belongs, in the past. Because once you make eye contact, the road might not let you leave. Thank you for watching Shdows Secrit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying stories from the shadows.